My name is Jeff De La Rosa.
How long have you been at St. Peter's, Jeff?
I've been at St. Peter's for 2 years. I used to be very involved in the Episcopal Church when I was in high school and college, and then I kind of lost track of it when I moved to Chicago. So a few years ago, I decided I wanted to get re-involved in my spirituality. So I looked around at different churches in different neighborhoods and tried a few different places and ended up at St. Peter's. I've stayed at St. Peter's because I've really enjoyed the community and the people here. I also really enjoyed the Lakeview neighborhood, and I feel that this church really embodies the spirit of this community. When I first started coming to St. Peter's, outreach was something I was interested in, but that I'd never really done before. And I was friends with Leela Berkeley, who had been doing some work with the night ministry and also with St. Peter's to organize outings. So the night ministry is a group that works with homeless youth, and one of their big activities is they send a van out a couple nights a week to feed homeless youth on the streets and give them medical care, etc. So I went out and did that with Leela, and I found it really interesting. So I ended up getting more and more involved with the night ministry people. And then as I got more involved with St. Peter's as well, I found that I knew a lot of people like the night ministry who needed help in outreach, and I also found that I knew a lot of people at St. Peter's who really wanted to help with things, so it seemed like a natural fit to kind of connect the two. The first time I did outreach through St. Peter's was with the night ministry and the night ministry van, and we went out and served food to homeless youth on the streets, gave them sandwiches and stuff like that. And I was really scared and intimidated, I think, and I thought that it was going to be a very depressing experience dealing with people who are homeless and hungry. And what amazed me was their humanity and how happy they were and how sort of uplifted and how grateful they were for the help we gave them. But I was also just amazed by how little I notice homeless people on the street every day. And ever since I've become more involved in outreach, I find that I see people more often than I was used to looking through. One way in which I've really been ministered to by the people of St. Peter's is in the Wednesday night quiet services. A lot of tough times in my life, the Sunday services have seemed really big and overwhelming at most churches. And on Wednesday night here at St. Peter's, we have a meditative service, which is more sort of silent introspection. And I found it tough times in my life. It's a place where I can come and sit and sort of be in the presence of God and be in the presence of my fellow Christians and reflect inwardly. For me, to be a good steward means to support the church, not only with your money, but also with your time and your talent. I think what it means to be a good Christian to me is to try and live the type of life that Christ lived. Obviously, you can't, you don't have his same nature, and you don't have the ability to just give up everything and ignore worldly things and go out into the world and heal people. But I think that Christ loved people bravely, and so I think to be a good Christian means to be brave and bold and loving other people.